Grace, a 52-year-old divorcee. She only called a handyman, Ethan, for a simple repair. But beneath the bathroom sink, as he lay working, through the fabric of his work clothes, an unimaginably massive silhouette was revealed. Is that real? From that night on, Grace couldn't sleep. Her mind filled completely with that image. Her body growing hotter and hotter. Age gap? Neighborhood gossip? None of that mattered. Grace wanted only one thing. To feel every inch of that man. The moment the bedroom door closed, Grace experienced a night she'd never forget. Oh, it's too big. It's okay, take your time adjusting. A love that came late. No, desire. This is the hot and dangerous story of a 48-year-old woman and a 39-year-old man. Now, let's begin the story. Grace Hahn, 48, after her divorce, she finally got a quiet house of her own. Nevada outskirts, Summer Creek. A small town, a small house. That was all, but this house was special to Grace. It was the first safe space she'd ever had in her life. No hands that hit, no voices that screamed, no man reeking of alcohol crawling into bed every night. That kind of place. But there was one problem. This house was too old. The faucets leaked, the bathroom door creaked, the kitchen sink was clogged. So Grace called a handyman. Ethan Miller, 39, a quiet man. He didn't talk much, but his work was solid. Tall, broad shoulders, large hands. From all the rough work, his palms were calloused. Grace looked at his hands and thought, whatever he fixes with those hands, he'll fix it well. Back then, to Grace, he was just a man who was good at his job. At least, until that day. That afternoon, Ethan was lying under the bathroom sink, working. His work clothes clung to his body, soaked with sweat. Body heat and the scent of sweat filled the narrow bathroom. Grace, can you hand me the screwdriver? The moment Grace bent down to look at him, her breath stopped. Below his work pants, an incredibly large silhouette was visible. Grace was a divorced woman. She wasn't ignorant about men's bodies. But this was different. Even through the fabric of his work clothes, the size was clear. The shape. Grace's gaze locked onto it. She tried to look away but couldn't. Strange thoughts flashed through her mind. Is that real? If it's real, with that inside me. Shocked, the screwdriver slipped from Grace's hand. Clang! It fell to the floor. Ethan startled and sat up. Are you okay? Grace's face flushed hot. Did he notice? Did he catch me looking? Why yeah, I'm fine. But her heart was already racing out of control. And Grace realized that she'd been alone for too long. That these feelings were still alive inside her. No, not feelings, desire. That night, Grace couldn't sleep. Lying in bed, that scene kept replaying in her mind. That silhouette revealed beneath his work clothes. Ethan's sweat-soaked body, his rough breathing, and then, imagination took over. What if he touched me? What if those large hands wrapped around my body? What if he filled me completely? Grace pulled the covers over her head and muttered, am I crazy? I've really lost it. The next day, Ethan came back to the house. From the moment Grace opened the door, her heart started pounding like crazy. She showered 3 times, changed her clothes 5 times, stood in front of the mirror constantly checking her face. What's wrong with me? The same Ethan as always. What had changed was Grace. That scene she'd witnessed kept replaying in her mind. She tried to erase it, but couldn't. Actually, to be honest, she didn't want to erase it. Ethan spoke carefully. Yesterday, I startled you, didn't I? Grace tried to act casual. No, I just dropped the screwdriver. But her voice was shaking. Ethan's eyes were much deeper than yesterday. He looked straight at Grace, as if confirming something. Does she feel it too? Does she want me? Grace looked back at him. She wanted to look away but couldn't. An unspoken tension began flowing between them. Desire. They could feel it from each other without words. Grace swallowed. Her throat was bone dry. Ethan took a step closer. Grace. That voice. Low, rough, slightly trembling. A shiver ran through Grace's entire body. Between her legs. Started getting hot. They were moving the sofa in the living room. Ethan lifted one side, Grace grabbed the other. 1, 2, 3. As the sofa moved, Grace's foot caught on the toolbox on the floor. Ah, her body pitched forward. In that instant, Ethan caught Grace firmly, his arms wrapped perfectly around Grace's waist. That moment, Grace's entire body pressed against Ethan's chest. Hard muscles, hot body heat, rough breathing. Grace could hear Ethan's heartbeat. Thump, thump, racing fast as her own. Ethan's hands were still wrapped around Grace's waist. Those large, hot hands. Grace felt that warmth, seeping through her clothes into her skin. Are you okay? Ethan's voice rang in her ear. So close. She could feel his breath. Yeah, I'm fine. But Grace wasn't fine at all. Her whole body was trembling. Her legs were losing strength. And Grace felt it. Against Ethan's lower abdomen, something hard was pressing against her body. Getting harder. Grace's breathing quickened. Ethan was feeling it too. Just as much as Grace. They stood like that for a long time. Not pulling apart. As if the moment they separated, something irreversible would happen. That night, the sofa repair was finished. But Ethan didn't leave. The living room was quiet. Grace and Ethan sat side by side on the sofa. Words disappeared. Instead, only their breathing and trembling filled the space. Ethan slowly turned his head to look at Grace. Grace, you're trembling right now. Grace swallowed. Her lips were dry. Because of you. Those words. Ethan's eyes shook deeply. He moved closer to Grace, slowly, very slowly. The distance between them narrowed. Ethan raised his hand near Grace's cheek but didn't touch her, but she could feel the warmth. Hot, burning warmth. Grace, should I stop? Or, instead of answering, Grace grabbed Ethan's shirt and pulled hard. In that moment, Ethan's breath shook heavily. He didn't hold back anymore. Gently, but firmly, he wrapped his arms around Grace's waist and pulled her close. Their foreheads touched. Their breaths mingled. Hot, rough, desperate. Follow me, Grace. Ethan's voice was low and rough. Grace quietly nodded. Words weren't needed. They held hands and walked silently to the bedroom. As they walked down the hallway, Ethan's hand slid down to Grace's waist. At the bedroom door, Ethan gently pushed Grace against the wall and kissed her. Deep, hot, like he'd been holding back for too long. A desperate kiss. Grace clutched his shirt. Ethan lifted Grace's hips, and Grace instinctively wrapped her legs around his waist. Like that, they entered the bedroom. The door slowly closed, and in that moment, in the darkness, the sound of clothes being removed, rough breathing, moans. Grace experienced a night she'd never forget. When Ethan's hands explored her entire body, when his lips traveled down her neck, and when he finally entered Grace. Ah! Grace's body trembled. That size she'd seen yesterday. That feeling she'd imagined. It was all real. Too big, too deep, too perfect. Ethan was trembling too. Grace, are you okay? Yeah. Move. Ethan began moving slowly, carefully at first, giving Grace's body time to adjust to him. Ah. Slowly. Like this? Yes, that's good. But soon. Slow wasn't enough. Grace's hands clawed at Ethan's back. Faster. Please. Ethan's movements quickened. Deeper, harder. The bed started hitting the wall. Thump. 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 Grace's moans grew louder. There. Keep going. Ah. Here? Yes. Right there. Ethan changed the angle. Lifting Grace's legs, he drove deeper. Ah. So deep. You okay? Yes. So good. Sweat covered their bodies. Skin sliding slickly against skin. Ethan flipped Grace over, face down, the moment he entered from behind. Oh God. Like this. It's even. Grace clutched the pillow. This angle went even deeper. Ethan's hands gripped Grace's hips firmly and began moving. Fast, rough, deep. Ethan. I'm close. Me too. Grace. Me too. Their breathing grew ragged. The bed shook faster. The moans grew louder. I can't. I'm. Ah. Ah. Grace's body convulsed, crying out Ethan's name. Ethan came soon after. Deep inside Grace. Grace. They collapsed together, drenched in sweat. For a long time, only rough breathing filled the room. Ethan carefully moved to lie beside Grace and pulled her into his arms. You okay? Grace smiled languidly. Perfect. But that night wasn't over yet. About an hour later, Ethan's hands began exploring Grace's body again. Ethan, you can't be serious. One more time. We can, right? Grace laughed. You're crazy. But her body was already responding. That night, the two of them completely consumed each other 3 times. The next morning, Grace woke up in bed. Her whole body felt languid and pleasantly sore. Next to her lay Ethan, still sleeping. Grace quietly looked at his face. Is this real? But reality came soon enough. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. The doorbell rang. Grace hurriedly threw on a robe and went to the door. The moment she opened it, Mark, her ex-husband, his eyes were mean, and a sneer hung on his lips. Having fun with that young handyman? Grace's expression hardened. Mark glanced into the house. Toward the bedroom. His truck was parked here all night? Did the repair take that long? Or did he repair something else? Grace tried to close the door, but Mark blocked it with his foot. Be careful, Grace. Spreading rumors to people at your company is easy. 48-year-old team leader seduces young guy to get free house repairs. He added with a sneer. You're eyeing that promotion at work. But if these rumors spread, what will happen? After Mark left, Grace slumped against the door. Her hands were shaking. Ethan came out of the bedroom. Hastily dressed. Grace. Who was that? Grace looked up, tears welling in her eyes. My ex-husband. Ethan sat down next to her and quietly took her hand. Did he threaten you? Grace nodded. He'll spread rumors at my company. You'll suffer because of me. Ethan lifted Grace's chin. Looking into her eyes, he said, Grace, this is absolutely not your fault. But they both knew. The real fight had just begun. Mark's threat wasn't empty. Within a week, rumors started spreading. Grace was a marketing team leader at a mid-sized manufacturing company. A company where she'd worked for 15 years. But then, the team leader is dating a young handyman. There's like a 10-year age gap, right? She didn't even pay him, they say. Whispers in the hallway. Glances in the conference room. Quiet laughter in the lunchtime cafeteria. People were cruel. The bigger problem was, Grace's promotion review was scheduled for next month. Manager promotion. An opportunity she'd waited 15 years for. But the HR manager called Grace in. Team leader. There's been some talk going around the company lately. What kind of talk? It's personal business, but it affects the company image. It will likely be considered in the promotion review. Grace could handle it. What they threw at her was fine. But Ethan's work started drying up. Phone calls stopped coming. Appointments were cancelled. Sorry, we'll find someone else. Oh, we decided not to do it. They didn't say why, but both knew. One evening, Ethan came to Grace's house. He looked tired. His shoulders slumped. Grace's heart felt like it was tearing. Ethan, I'm sorry. Because of me. Ethan stopped her. Grace, this is absolutely not your fault. He held Grace tight. This isn't the first time. People are always like this. But it passes, it all passes. Grace cried in his arms. But your work, your livelihood. Ethan stroked her hair. It's okay. Work will come again. Promotion too, the opportunity will come again. But you're one of a kind. That night, they comforted each other, not with words, but with their bodies. In the bedroom, Ethan held Grace deeper. You don't make things hard for me, Grace. Because of you, I can endure. And he entered Grace, slowly, deeply. Grace moaned. Ethan, I'm here, I'm right here. That night they confirmed that even if the whole world turned its back, they only needed each other. 2 weeks passed. The rumors continued. Ethan's work kept declining. Grace's promotion too was essentially gone. Then one day, while Grace was standing in line at the local cafe to buy coffee, Mark appeared. Still seeing that guy? Grace stood up and looked straight at him. It's my life. Mind your own business. Mark sneered. Your life? You're ruining your career and that guy's life too. Your promotion's gone, right? All his work dried up? You still gonna keep seeing him? People around started glancing over. Right then, Ethan opened the cafe door and walked in. He'd come to buy coffee for Grace. He faced Mark head on. What? The man showed up. Mark approached threateningly, but Ethan didn't move. Calmly, coldly, he said, and took out his phone from his pocket. Everything you just said has all been recorded. Ethan showed the screen. A recording app was running. And everyone here heard it too. Mark's face stiffened. Ooh, what? All the threatening texts you sent Grace are saved too. We have witnesses to the false rumors you spread at her company. Ethan took another step forward. I've already consulted with a lawyer. If you show up again, I really will press charges. People around looked at Mark with condemning eyes. Mark backed away, terrified. Crazy bastard, and hurriedly left the cafe. When Ethan turned around, Grace fell into his arms. Thank you. Ethan's touch was careful and warm. It'll be okay now. A few days later, Grace made a decision. No more hiding. Grace posted on the neighborhood community board. It was a long post. The reason for divorce: Mark's verbal abuse, infidelity, humiliation, violence, and her relationship with Ethan. I love Ethan. There's an age difference, yes. But that's our business. We just need to be happy. To those who spread rumors, my personal life has not affected my work. I have worked my best for 15 years. And Ethan is the best person I've ever met. Even if I don't get promoted, I have no regrets. About choosing love. After the post went up, the company buzzed. People were shocked. They learned Mark's true nature. And the president called Grace in. Team leader, you've been through a lot. Letting personal matters affect work evaluation was the company's mistake. Grace's eyes widened. The promotion review will proceed as scheduled. Your ability and personal life are separate matters. A month later, Grace was promoted to manager. And gradually, calls started coming to Ethan again. Could you help with a repair? I'm sorry, I misunderstood. Time passed. 1 month, 2 months, and Ethan moved into Grace's house. He didn't have much, a few toolboxes, some clothes. But the moment he moved in, the house felt complete. They cooked together, laughed together, filled their days together, and at night, in the bedroom, Ethan laid Grace on the bed. Slowly removing her clothes, he whispered, "Now, we can do this every day." Grace laughed. "Every day? You can handle that?" Ethan leaned over her and said, "Should we find out?" That night, and the next night, and the night after that. Ethan wasn't lying. At 48 years old, Grace was living the happiest time of her life. Epilogue: A new beginning. 6 months passed. One evening, Grace and Ethan sat side by side on the living room sofa, sipping wine, watching the sunset outside the window. Ethan spoke quietly. "Grace, we're really starting something, right?" Grace took his hand. "Yeah, we already started." Ethan looked at Grace. His eyes were full of love. "Do you regret it?" "What?" "The age difference, the rumors, all the hard times." Grace shook her head. "Not once." She leaned into Ethan. "Actually, I'm grateful that you came into my life." Ethan kissed Grace's forehead. "Me too, I'm grateful." They sat like that for a long time. And when night deepened, Ethan lifted Grace into his arms. "Where are we going?" "Bedroom." Grace laughed. "Again? We agreed to do it every day." The bedroom door slowly closed. Inside, the sound of clothes falling to the floor. The rustle of bed sheets. Ethan's low voice could be heard. "Grace, I'll go slow tonight." Grace's laughter and trembling breath. "Slow? Can you go slow?" Ethan's rough laugh. "I'll try." And then, Grace's soft moan escaped. "Ah, there. Here? Yes." The bed started creaking, slowly at first. Grace's voice gradually rose. "Ethan, more. More? Yes, deeper." Ethan's rough breathing. Grace's moans. The bed sounds quickened. "Grace, you're so. Keep going, don't stop." As the night deepened, the sounds grew louder. Grace's moans almost like cries. Ethan's rough groans. "I can't, I'm, again. It's okay, together." And finally, their voices burst out simultaneously. After a while, silence. Only rough breathing could be heard. Ethan's whisper. "I love you, Grace." Grace's languid voice. "I love you too." And again, the bed started creaking. "Ethan, again?" "Yeah, tonight, we're going all night." Grace's laughter turned into moans. Like that, their night continued. Late time, late love, but it was real. Grace and Ethan, the two of them, became names that would never be erased from each other's lives. And every night, they confirmed each other, deeply, hotly, because this was real love. The end.